1 week from today, it will be Christmas, and in this next week, we know that a lot of you will be out finishing up your Christmas shopping. A lot of you will be trying to avoid temptation to spend too much. Please welcome Dr. Audrey Gusky-Federoch, and she is a professor of marketing at Duquesne University, and she knows all the strategies that the stores are using to try to lure consumers in, and yet at the same time, we're all worried about where the economy is going and how to be money-wise in this time especially. So let's get started with how are consumers spending this holiday season? Are there indicators of whether this is going to be a good season for retailers?
Well, there have been indicators, and unfortunately it doesn't seem like it's going to be a very good season. They were predicting a very slow Christmas sales, and that's what's been happening, unfortunately, for retailers.
Right, unfortunate for retailers, but it is really evidence of a concern the consumers have that we don't know where the economy is going.
The consumer confidence has really dropped over the past couple months significantly, and as a result, consumers aren't spending. They're concerned about their job security. They're concerned about a lot of different things. So as a result, they don't want to spend money that they're afraid they either don't have or aren't going to have in the future.
So what kinds of strategies might we be seeing in the next week or so from retailers to try to get consumers to say, hey, we do have confidence we are going to spend?
Well, we've seen a lot already. I think we've been seeing them since about October now, where the sales started occurring very much, and a lot of big promotions by retailers. What retailers are hoping to do is pull these consumers into the store and get them there. They're assuming once consumers are in the store, they're going to start spending money. So I think in these last couple of days, there's going to be a lot of discounts, a lot of very good prices, so consumers can really get their value for their money.
It was interesting. Bill and I were shopping on Saturday. We were in a department store, and in fact, they had drawings every few hours to give away money, and you could put your name in a fishbowl. And one woman said, my daughter won at, I don't know, it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. It was then 3 or 4 in the afternoon. She said, so we stuck around to see if we could win again.
Sure.
And if you stay in the store, I guess the theory is, if the longer you stay in the store, the more your resistance breaks down and you spend.
It's very much like grocery shopping. They say the longer the grocery store shopper stays in the store, the more they're going to spend. The more you're going to spend if you're in the store.
And a store, too, is putting out all kinds of ads about they're going to have black-tied doormen, and they're going to wrap all of the gifts. Can we expect a greater degree of service in this final week?
Well, hopefully, sure. Consumers are looking for convenience. They're pressured. They're trying to get the tree up. They're trying to get the decorations up.
Amen.
They're trying
Not to mention baking the Christmas cookies.
Exactly. So as a result, consumers are looking for any help they can get at this point. So if they're going to wrap the presents, if they would even buy the presents for a lot of consumers, they would be very happy with that as well.
What's the best strategy for people who are looking for the best bargains? Because we've seen, for example, a number of night sales in this holiday season. Is there a chance that prices will drop even more before Christmas?
It's hard to tell, depending upon which store you're in, that might possibly be happening. I would say if consumers haven't finished their shopping, they should probably get out there and not wait for last-minute sales, because there's extremely good prices out there at this point, so they really should take advantage of it now. Strategies for shopping. What can a consumer do at this point? Well, my advice is go in there with lists. If you go in there browsing and shopping, chances are you're going to do a lot of impulse buying, and that could be hazardous to your pocketbook. So as a result, if you go in with at least particular ideas of gifts that you want to purchase, that's probably your best start. Go in with a budget. Have a set amount of items and a set amount of money that you actually want to spend. That's probably good advice. It's not that consumers aren't spending. They're spending. They're spending a lot of money out there, but they're not just spending as much as retailers really want. Consumers are still buying gifts, but they're not spending as much per gift as they normally would have. So if you bought a sweater or a shirt for your brother last year for $30, this year you might spend $20 or $25. So it seems that there's still a lot of purchasing out there, but they're just cutting back on the amount of money they're actually spending.
I've been reading articles lately of retailers complaining that now consumers have become so accustomed to sales that they won't buy unless it is on sale.
Which is really frightening for retailers. You can almost call us Pavlov's dogs, because we're out there, we're conditioned to actually buy things that are on sale. And if it's not on sale, we'll wait for the sale. So as a result, retailers have really hurt themselves because of this, because consumers won't buy full price. They won't pay full price for anything. So it's good for consumers, but for retailers, it could be very frightening.
Well, But tell the truth. I mean, 'cause since you're probably on the inside of how stores market themselves, if we're so conditioned to sales and if merchants are worried about their profit margins, don't they just up the price so that when they discount, yes, it looks like a discount, we think it's on sale, we think we're getting a deal, but in fact they're having the same profit margins?
Well, in a way that happens a little bit. Retailers will up the price a little bit, but chances are the prices are very good and they're not making as much profit per item as they had in the past. So it's really a consumer's market. It's a buyer's market out there.
A buyer's market.
Exactly.
What will that mean, though, heading into the new year?
Well, it is of concern as President Bush got on the air last night and now finally admitted that there are problems in the economy and there's a recession. It's a little bit of concern to economists and marketers. So we'll have to just really watch as to what's happening. Unemployment's going up. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be too rosy a picture in '92.
Do you see that people are going to have less consumer confidence in the months ahead? I mean, here in the top of this show, we just heard about the GM layoffs, and GM is also talking about companion white-collar layoffs that would go beyond 10,000 in the new year.
I think it's going to continue for quite a while, the fact that consumers don't have confidence in the economy. And it's very much a vicious cycle. The less confidence consumers have, the less they spend, and then this just gets to be, over and over again.
And people say this is a bad thing. We've seen ads in even USA Today from major corporations saying, please, just buy something and give a vote of confidence in the economy. But on the other hand, how is a consumer to balance that with the stress to save? That we didn't save in the 80s, that we were reckless with spending, we were bad, the Japanese save lots of money, we don't save money. Now, if people are taking a long, hard look at their spending practices and they are saving, well, what's so bad about that?
That's true. That's a very good point. We were yelled at because we weren't spending, or we were spending too much, and now they're complaining because we're not spending enough. Consumers basically have to balance it themselves and figure out what's important for their family and their budget, and really just come up with their best plan of attack. The best thing is to budget and determine what your expenses are going to be over the next couple of months.
Are you spending less this season?
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't started on Christmas shopping yet.
Oh, wait a minute. Stop the presses. You haven't started shopping?
No.
Now, is that because you're waiting for the sales, or is it because you're a professor and you're just trying to get through with your academic work?
That's about it. My last final is tonight, so I usually don't start the shopping until after the final's graded and turned in. It's more exciting that way. I enjoy shopping at the last minute.
Merchants, take a long, hard look at her face. She's going to be on your doorstep. Thank you, Dr. Federich, for joining us. Merry Christmas to you in advance.
To you, too.
Thank you. We're going to take a break, and we're coming right back. We have still more news ahead and lots more, too, including some decorating tips.